if either of the two latest Apple Watches are on your holiday shopping list, don't wait to grab one because Apple is stopping sales of the Series 9 and Ultra 2 watches in the U.S. this week over a patent dispute. I want to bring in Ryan Heath now to talk a little bit more about this. Hey, Ryan, he's a global tech correspondent for Axios. All right, so let's talk about this. This has to do with a dispute between Apple and another company. What is this other medical device company alleging Apple did?
So this company is called Masimo, and they're a California-based company that make devices to support patients and also things like fitness trackers and smartwatches, which is where the overlap with Apple occurs. And they've been alleging in a series of legal cases over the last couple of years that Apple stole some of their employees in order to copy their tech. And in particular, that's around the blood oxygen sensors that exist in the watches. You know, people are checking, are they as healthy as possible with these Apple Watches? And Massimo are saying that Apple have ripped off some of this stuff. And it's really important to note that Apple have been winning most of these cases, or at least most cases. Exactly. And a jury did not agree with Massimo earlier in the year. But Massimo have notched up a couple of wins, and it's led to this situation now where Apple have been hoping the president would block this order that occurred in October. The president hasn't done that yet, so they're prepping to get this stuff off the shelves, and that leaves you, the shopper, with about 72 hours, maximum 1 week to go in and get these watches. Otherwise, you'll miss out.
It's a really interesting conversation because I'm sure within Silicon Valley, there's a lot of poaching of talent. And with that goes technology and ideas. So I'm sure all of Silicon Valley is watching how this sort of shakes out. But if I already have one of these watches, will the technology that this other company is claiming was really supposed to be theirs, will that continue to work with the watch?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there are exceptions in this order from a body called the U.S. International Trade Commission. And that means if you've already got the watch, it will keep working, and that's fine. But Apple complain that what this means is that other work Apple have been supporting, like clinical trials and testing how people can use these technologies to get healthier, that some of that work is going to have to stop. And that's one of the reasons why Apple is appealing. Obviously, Apple have got a financial interest here. They want to keep making money off the watches.
Right.
So they're really disappointed that this could hit their revenue, which has been declining for a year now.
So I know Apple is like, we're preemptively stopping sales, even though we're appealing this decision. They're preemptively, but still like, you'll still be able to buy the watches up until Christmas Eve. So they kind of are taking advantage of this holiday rush still. That in mind, is this expected to, sort of be a pretty big blow for them, having to pull the watches off the shelves, at least by Christmas?
They shipped more than 50 million of these watches last year. So yes, this is a blow to Apple. But investors aren't showing that they're caring at this point. The stock price is stable. It's actually up a little bit compared to a week ago. So I think people have general confidence in Apple's products and where it's going. But when we spoke to Apple representatives yesterday, they were obviously pretty disappointed that this is happening, and they know it will make it harder for them to hit their numbers.
All right. Ryan Heath, it's an interesting topic. Thank you.
Thank you.